Vincent Van Gogh, people told him, you can't be a great painter, you only have one ear. You know what he said? I can't hear you.
Listening to Sippin' Sports, a Philly sports talk morning show with KJ and Dalt. Proudly powered by 302 Birds. Let's take it to the show.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the biggest fraud of them all? I think I know the answer. I think I do. It's our Philadelphia Eagles. Oh my God, I had time to sleep on that, just like you guys did. And it doesn't get any easier. They laid down. They died yesterday. And I just want to start the show by addressing this, right? I got some Raiders fans. And notice, I don't have on a watch. Dalt, why do you not? Because this team isn't worth my time today. Yes, I'm not wearing a watch literally for that reason. But I got Raiders fans. Shout out to our Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, our Facebook has been popping off. We had like 2,000 followers on Facebook like 3 weeks ago. We're about to hit like 6,000, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're from our Facebook community and you're new, first off, welcome. Second off, go Birds. Third off, yeah, I mean, you know what I'm talking about, because Raiders fans are like, I would kill to be 8-4 and coming off a Super Bowl. You Eagles fans are so ungrateful. You guys don't know what you're talking about. This team is a collapse waiting to happen. It is a wet bag. It's something that we know is not as good as it's perceived to be. I mean, the Lions game, the Packers game, the Cowboys game, and now the Bears game. Essentially, the month of November told you the Eagles' true colors and who they really are, who their identity really is, who Kevin Patullo's identity really is. If you guys want to call into the show, if you guys want to vent a little bit, let me know how you're feeling. The phone lines are open. That number's 302-316-4848. Take a screenshot now. Save it in your phone. Anything you need to do. But salud. No, it's not alcoholic. It's just regular orange juice to wash my sorrows away. Eagles need some of that because that'll wake them up. But we got Jesse from the Philly Sports Pulse calling in this morning. Jesse, good morning. How are you? Yeah, it was horrible. I mean, they laid down and died, like I said. It feels like 2023, 2024 coming back again. How do you feel about the Raiders fans in my comments saying that we're overreacting and that we should be grateful for the way that this team is playing?
In the Arizona Cardinals. So if I were a Raider fan, I would be pretty optimistic, if I'm being completely honest, because listen, I know our schedule is kind of easy, although you have the Chargers still coming up. But if we're going by the 2022 playbook, which I also believe we are, that may be a game that we drop.
Yeah. And the Raiders have a pretty tough schedule ahead before they play us. They got the Chargers tomorrow at 4:25, and then they got the Raiders December 7th. The Broncos. So, and then they have us. So if they want to make any sort of playoff push here at the end, they better get it together, or they're just going to be playing to spoil people's season. And unfortunately, the Eagles are somebody that I think could step on that grenade. You know, it could bite them in the ass playing a team like the Raiders with nothing to lose at the link. It's almost like a setup game, like a trap game.
Oh yeah, it really sucks because last night, like as much as I want to blame Kevin School, and it was Kevin School, he had part
Yep.
everything was wrong.
It all starts with him.
The run defense, oh my god, the run defense was awful. There was no involvement with Dallas Goddard at all. Jalen Hurts, I thought that giant game that he had a few weeks back was bad. Oh, so much worse. Bush might be lost. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Yes. That's so well said, bro. That quote right there, I think, sums up that game. Everything that could go wrong would go wrong. And I feel like that's been the month of November. And that's where the Eagles, I will say this with what my Raiders fans are saying, right? It was the battle of the sweater vests. That's why I got, if you guys haven't seen, I got the champ yesterday of the Sweater Vest Bowl. And unfortunately, the loser of the Sweater Vest Bowl. Sweater Vest Bowl. Say that 3 times fast. That's like Sally sells seashells at the seashore. Holy shnikes. But my point is, yeah, like I really did not see that coming for the Eagles, but they're still in a decent spot. Like they could still break free. They're a team that as long as they make the playoffs, anything can happen. But they need momentum. They need to play as one. And that all starts today with Jeffrey Lurie, Howie Roseman, and Nick Sirianni getting together and saying, let's get this cancer out of our play calling. I know Nick Sirianni's been defending him, saying he's our guy, we're going to keep him. It's not that bad, blah, 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 right? That's not the case. It's been horrible. And they got to fire Patullo today. If they don't, I really don't think I'm going to watch these games the same way. Because yesterday was the last game that I watched with hope, thinking, okay, we're going to go to the Super Bowl. Like, after yesterday, there is no shot with Kevin Patullo as our offensive coordinator. This team, I think, would even make the NFC Championship. And as much as this pains me to say, and I'll leave it at this too, and I'll kick it to you one last time, Jesse, after this, the Cowboys are a better team than us right now. That sucks. That sucks to say, but they are. They really are. A lot of people have been saying it, and a lot of people are right. I got to admit it and give credit where it's due. The Eagles are playing horrible right now, and, you know, it all starts with Patullo, but you got to be a aware organization and fire him. And right now, I'll say this too, one last thing. Right now is the best time to fire him. You have about a 10-day gap between now and December 8th that you could bring in a new OC, get the OC trained, get them acclimated, get them some chemistry with Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, let them understand what this role really entitles, and then hand them the keys. It's I think, your best case scenario. Otherwise, what are you going to do? Just sit there and keep letting this happen? I don't know. What do you think, Jesse? See, and thank you for calling in, Jesse. I appreciate you, man. I hope you have a great Saturday.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good one, bro.
Take care, brother. If you guys don't, check out Philly Sports Pulse on 302 Birds Tuesday nights. Or not Tuesday nights, I'm sorry, Thursday nights. Under the wing right here in the comments, getting me all confused, talking about our offensive coordinator, Kevin Patullo, the inept idiot, as we like to say. But listen to Under the Wing on Tuesdays, Philly Sports Pulse on Thursdays, and then the main show on Wednesdays. But I want to address a comment here, too. Man, you got me excited. You got me really excited, like to the point of where I had Google up in the background. And no, nothing yet. But yes, they do need an offensive coordinator, not an office manager. I don't know what the hell you're talking about here, little Griffith. Come on, man, get with it. You having some mimosas this morning? No coffee? What are we doing? All right. But back to the point. Yeah, you're right. They need someone new. They need a new face because the fans get it. The players get it. I think a lot of the coaching staff even gets it. And credit to Nick Sirianni. Give credit where it's due. Standing by his guy, defending his guy, even when it's difficult, when it's not easy. But yeah, they need a new face at offensive coordinator because they suck right now. They don't have a good team. They don't know what they're doing, and they got to get it together. Phone lines are back open now. Sorry, guys, I had to turn on Do Not Disturb just because I want to give respect to the call-ins. Well, the call-ins are here, but if you want to call in, feel free. Let us know your take. Moving on now, we're going to talk about Jalen Hurts. I mean, he just looked rattled. There's no other way to put it. And Jesse just said it well. That Giants game, I think he went 50% passing and he threw the ball about 38 times. This was pretty bad, just as close. But we got Joey Havens calling into the show from Speak of the Devil, Under the Wing. Man, oh man. Good morning, Joey. You had time to sleep on it. How you feeling?
I woke up this morning and I'm feeling even worse than I did last. You know, after the Dallas game, I woke up the next morning and was like, you know what? This is one game. It happens. You know, you're not going to win them all. Last night, like I said last night, we just looked flat. But after scrolling social media for about 30 minutes this morning and seeing, you know, it really grinds my gears that this guy, Shady McCoy, him and Acho or whatever over there, like digging and hee-hawing over with DJ over the Eagles getting like smoked because the whole point is pretty cool. So stop making fun of your team. But second of all, like it's so well, like it's warranted because we didn't play good at all, and for somebody like DJ, it had to feel so good to come in and brutally beat us down. And we got dominated in every phase of the game last night. And it's still so unreal and just so bad, so pathetic.
The one thing I will say is we are hard on our team. We all know that. But the Bears, I think, are a lot better of a team than any of us thought that they would be going into this year. Like they are a strong 9-3 now. I think that they're one of the best teams, if not the best team in the NFC. They're definitely the hottest team, I would say, in the NFC. Like they have momentum. Momentum is on their side. They're playing well. Ben Johnson has this team coached up. They're kind of like the Eagles were in 2022, right there on the cusp of something, but couldn't put it all together. They put it all together. They played a great game, and a credit to them. Eagles played a great game against the Lions. Lions are a good team. I had time to think about that. But, like, when you see the missed opportunities, if you actually watch these games, you guys will understand why Eagles fans are so frustrated. The score and the stats don't tell the story for the Eagles. They don't. You see some of these short throws, some of these overthrows, some of these horrible blocking mistakes that really hold up Saquon Barkley and his potential, and you just think about where this offense could be. Like, I miss the 2024-2025 Philadelphia Eagles offense of last year that was putting up 300 yards a game at minimum. Now this team is lucky if it has 150, 170 yards of offense. Looks like a high school offense all over there. And I know that the Super Bowl hangover is real. Maybe the Madden curse is a little bit in effect. But this team has got to get it together. I mean, they look horrible.
To the extra point. If he doesn't miss that, we're not set up to go for two at the end of the game. Instead, we literally tied the game up. If it would have been 24-17, then there would have been a chance there with 3 timeouts, before the 2-minute warning and everything. But instead, you're forced to go for two, and the one time they don't force it to A.J. Brown when he was open, they don't get anything from it, and that ultimately lost. Like, finished out what was a painful game, even though they were really in it up until about 3 minutes to go.
Yeah. Well, Joey, I appreciate you calling in. I know some people are about to call in on the line. I hope you have a great Saturday, brother, and go Birds, and hopefully they get it together. Take care. Yeah, if you guys want to call in, first come, first serve. Lines open, 302-316-4848. But yeah, they just looked rattled. We got Mac on the line. Good morning. How are you, KJ?
I gotta be honest, I know I'm getting crap. I don't really care. We're actually spoiled. We are actually spoiled right now. I get it that we lost in a horrible fashion. I get we lost. I mean, the way we collapsed against the Cowboys and now we lost to the Bears like that, it sucks. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like a lot of other teams in the NFL will still be our position that we're in. And it's just kind of like, I mean, it's kind of totally like annoying that a lot of people are freaking out and like, oh, fire this, fire that, fire Sirianni. And I'm like, we're not going to fire Sirianni. Should we still fire Tua? Yes, 100%. I am not saying not to keep the guy. Yes, this guy is not anything. He's not even supposed to be an offensive coordinator. He's not. He can't. He shouldn't even be in contention for it. I don't. He should have never been one of the contenders, and he is. Unfortunately, he's one of the candidates, and they actually hired him. So, but I think honestly, here's the problem too, though. Where I am kind of worried about the team, though. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, a guy who was actually freaking cut by the Ravens. He was cut by the Texans. His fantasy offense is really easy to predict. So, yes, there is some like people that like be freaking out about this, but this can be fixable. I feel like. So, I mean, I'm not going to act like it's the end of the world because I feel like this thing's fixable. We have talent, and they can just get their heads out of the bus. I think they'll be all right. But we just got to figure it out.
I hope you're right, bro. I love the positivity because somebody's got to have it. I feel like, unfortunately, as long as Patullo's here, it's a Brian Johnson scenario all over again. And, you know, the Cowboys fans, there were a couple of them in our comments last week saying, we're doing to you like what the 49ers did to you a couple years ago. Like, we're taking all the wind out of your sails, and now you're going to collapse after this. They might be right. Like, the Eagles look like frauds right now. And I don't know that the Chargers game is going to get much better unless they bring in a new OC. Because the Harbaugh is one of the best coaches in not only the NFL, in the whole sport of football as a whole. He's coached in the college, you know, at Michigan, high level. He's coaching in the NFL. Justin Herbert, some of the most premier talent at quarterback in the NFL. Like, this guy is a technician when it comes to football. So if the Eagles don't come in there with a great game plan, not a good game plan, a great game plan, they're going to get smacked. And then they're going to be 8-5. And then we're going to be looking at death in the face saying, wow, holy crap, we may not even make the playoffs. Like, if we don't make the playoffs, chaos is going to break out in this city. I mean, look at the picture. We have him in the bottom. Shout out to Jesse for providing that awesome media. Go give a follow to Philly Sports Pulse. But you know it, when Richard Sherman is essentially saying fire your offensive coordinator on the broadcast. Like, if you have a player who's a broadcaster willing to get that unprofessional, willing to say, hey, you know what? Yeah, this guy kind of sucks. You need to get him out of here. That's a problem. That's not a good thing. So the Eagles, I think, need to do a real hard look in the mirror this weekend, especially today and tomorrow, because if you're going to fire him, you need to do it now and bring someone else in. Apparently, they do have Brian Dabble. I heard this even before the game yesterday as a independent consultant coming in, helping out, giving advice. I like that idea, but you can't keep giving the keys to a dude, I think, who's forcing the passing game to A.J. Brown so much. He's not with them. So independent consultant is kind of like, remember what Vic Fangio did a couple years ago for us before he came here, like Super Bowl 57? Same idea. So he's not officially with the Eagles. He's basically just like consulting. But honestly, if it was up to me, I would fire. There are so many other people that you could bring in for offensive coordinator. Like some people are saying Doug Peterson. I don't know about that. Dabble, I think, would be a great hire. My grandmother at this point, for God's sake, would be better than Patullo. Like, he's just so unaware, I think is the best word. Like, you don't have one Lamborghini, you have like 6, and you can't even drive one of them.
If they did go after Brian Dable, even though the other day on college game day, Nick Saban actually recommended him for the Penn State job. So I think with him, this could go either way. I think Dable will have a job. I just don't know who.
That makes sense. I think, honestly, somebody here in the comments is saying John Gruden. You bring Gruden into the Eagles for the offensive coordinator, that's going to go one of two ways, I'll say. Either really good, where he's going to fit right in, or really bad. Like, I would almost rather have Mike McDaniel over Gruden. I don't know. It's nothing against Gruden. I just don't know that Gruden could be an offensive coordinator. I think Gruden's got to be a head coach, in my opinion. He was before, but that was back in the 90s before he was the John Gruden he is now. I mean, Super Bowl champion John Gruden. I think Mikey's 100% right on that. He's making good money. He's able to be a football mind, a football guy, and he has fun with it. But yeah, I think, yes, he gets his boxes. You guys are right. But I think at this point, the Eagles really need to figure out what's that change going to be. Who do they want to bring in? When do they want to do it? How quickly do they want to do it? Because if they don't, you're basically admitting, like, right now is the best time to deplete from that pod, to hit the eject button, to go, because you still have 8 wins. It's not December yet. You have 10 days for an offensive coordinator to learn the system and get out there and try to rattle the Chargers, who are a team that we know can be rattled, and get a win. I think it's a good time. And shout out to all the Bears fans in here. You guys are real. You guys went ahead and beat us. I give you guys that, all the credit in the world. Shout out to the Bears fans. You guys are a good team this year. I just hope we see you bastards again in the playoffs because, man, I want to get my revenge now on the Bears. We were 5-0 against you guys before this, maybe even 6-0. And now the Bears get their revenge and they get a win against the Philadelphia Eagles. He did. He called into the post game. If you didn't check it out, it was funny. Him and Ash called in. Cool. Well, I appreciate you guys calling in. Anything else you want to say, Mac?
Go Birds. It is what it is, guys. We'll bounce back. I do believe that if we do lose the Raiders, then I do feel like, you know what? Chicken Little can be released and the sky is falling. That definitely does mean the sky is falling. But right now, I am a little concerned, but not like the end of the world. So it's all good. Go Birds. I'm staying optimistic. I see dead on the ball. I was the first team eliminated from the playoffs, so I got nothing else to say. That's what you get.
That's coming from a real Giants fan right there. Well, Mikey D, KJ, I appreciate you guys calling in. I hope you guys have a great and safe Saturday. See you, fellas. Lines are back open, and if anybody wants to call in, time is now 302-316-4848. But credit to the Bears fans. Like I said, you guys are a legit team, and I think going to make a big playoff push. I just want to see you guys again in our house. Give me a chance. Give me a Chicago dog. Give me an Italian beef. Something. Some kind of reason. And then you got all these people, too. Like, I saw Max Talente from Barstool saying the Super Bowl was sick. Everybody's saying we got to be grateful for the Super Bowl. Got to be grateful for the Super Bowl. Yes and no. Like, I'm going to say no because, like, you can be grateful for the Super Bowl, but be grateful for the Super Bowl in the offseason. Until we get to the offseason, I don't want to hear any of that pity. I don't want to hear any of that, like, oh, well, you know what? We got a Super Bowl. Like, that's justifying what this team is doing. And when you're in a Super Bowl window and have a chance for a Super Bowl dynasty, you can't justify that behavior. You can't. The fans can't. The team can't. The coaches can't. The ownership can't. Nobody can. That's what made the Patriots so great when they were in their era. Tom Brady. Tom Brady would never justify that behavior. So I think that the Eagles need to agree with that, notice that, and fire Kevin Patullo. Get him out of here. I want to see the report today. If Kevin Patullo gets fired, I'm throwing on a suit for a video. I seriously am. I'll throw on a suit because it's despicable. It's horrible. It's gut-wrenching. It's horrifying. It's all of the above and then some. And I think that the Eagles really, really, really got to get this together. That's really all I got. A little bit of a shorter show just because it's me. Pretty much talked about Jalen Hurts being rattled. Also, let's talk really quick about the defense. They look gassed. 200 rushing yards. Come on, man. I know Vic Fangio. Like, I wanted to use this picture of Vic Fangio too because he looks pissed. He looks upset. And I think that they are going to have a long, hard conversation in practice about how to stop these kinds of things. They know how. They know what they're doing. They're not stupid, right? Like, they know how. They just need to put it all together and play good football. When I think about the Eagles' run defense, I always go back and think about that time Cooper DeJean laid out Derrick Henry, picked him up, pile drived him. If this Eagles defense can play with that kind of pursuit, that kind of edge, that kind of approach, good things are going to happen. If they can't play with that, they're screwed. They honestly are. We'll see, though. What do you guys agree with? What do you guys disagree with? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to like. Be sure to comment. Be sure to subscribe. I would really appreciate it a ton. All those little things really help the channel out a ton. Other than that, enjoy your coffee. Go get some eggs, scrambled, runny, however you like them. I'm going to go have some soft-boiled eggs, super runny, and kick off this Saturday with a good start. Appreciate doing this for you guys. Hope everybody has a great and safe weekend. And as always, God bless. Go Birds.
Listening to Sippin' Sports, a Philly sports talk.